Yeah, well, most of the controversy about the warrior principle came merely because of the title. People saw the words warrior and principle together, and I guess it sent some people into frenzy. They were writing the publisher and emailing and whatnot. I remember one email was from, I believe the lady was a teacher or something, and she capitalized the word principle, and she highlighted the last three letters, PAL, and she said that I would rather for my principal to be a pal be my pal versus a warrior. And I know where this type of thinking comes from. I couldn't do nothing but smile because it's perpetuated by, the graduate school programs and the magazines about school leadership that, gets pushed, all over the country. It creates a certain image of what a school leader or a principal is supposed to be. But in reality, the image and the ideals and the theories that are pushed in these magazines and pushed in graduate school and the books that, a lot of aspiring principals read in graduate school, they're not aligned to the actual realities of the position. Once they actually become principals, once these students, graduate school students become principals, their duties and their responsibilities are not aligned with what they learned in graduate school. So once they see this difference, two things usually happen. First, you have a leader that becomes ultra conservative, becomes timid, and they basically go into a shell. These are the type of leaders that are ineffective because they're afraid to deal with conflict. They're afraid to hold people accountable. They think that they don't want to make any waves at all. And all they want to do is try to, collaborate and get along with everybody. And that's not, that's not feasible when you're trying to run a reform an urban school, or you're trying to take leadership and move a school in a certain direction. But on the other end of the spectrum, you have leaders that once they see that the realities are different than what they've learned, then they become rigid and stifling and micromanagers. And they want to meddle into everything, and they want to get involved in every aspect and don't allow people room to grow and have any type of autonomy over their duties. It's what is their way or is no way. And that type of leader is ineffective because that leader end up alienating people and causing unnecessary resistance. And so the warrior principle is a metaphor for the actual mentality that a principal needs in order to be effective in an urban school district, especially one that's in need of major reforms and has a history of failure. So what the warrior principle is saying is this, that there's a middle ground that you need in order to be a successful principal. Yes, I'm going to collaborate with people, and I'm going to listen, I'm going to work with folks, but at the same time, we're going to have deadlines, I'm going to hold you accountable, and I'm going to move with a sense of urgency. And also, I'm going to give people a certain level of autonomy over their work. But as long as we're moving with a sense of urgency and we have a collective vision, then there's no need for me to meddle into everything and to not allow people the creativity to get their job done in the way that